Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm Maxi, and this is a bit of a tutorial on how to properly set up Resident Evil Remake, the remastered version, specifically for the PC door skip speedrun. A lot of people have been asking me to make this video. I believe it's a very important video for runners who are new or even older runners who would like to get back into the game. You definitely want to pay attention to this because it's going to probably heighten the enjoyment of running this game for you. Anyways, let's begin the tutorial with what I think is probably the first step for most people. If you already have door skip, well then, I mean, you don't need to listen to this step. You can move on to step 2, but for those of you who do need door skip, go to speedrun.com/remake_HD. Here you'll find the Resident Evil Remake leaderboard. It's got a gajillion categories and variables. Don't worry about any of that. You want PC door skip. Now, all 8 of these categories you see here, as well as the 2 characters, Jill and Chris, all have PC door skip categories. So if you want to run any of these, or as Jill or Chris, you have the option. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to resources, and you want to go to door skip mod. Not this one, though. Door skip mod created by Fluffy Quack, external link. You don't want this one. You also don't want this one, that is also an external link. The one that you want is the direct download. It's the re-upload. Since Fluffy's link has died, so these 2 should probably just be deleted. Hey mods, delete these 2. Keep this one. It's version 1.4. It works with the Chinese patch so that you can, run the game in simplified Chinese and still have door skip. Anyways, you want this, click on it, download it, unzip it somewhere, keep it somewhere safe, and that is your first step. Now, the next step is you're going to want to open up Steam. Hey, the Avengers pre-purchase. Damn, dude, Hulk looks angry. Good God. Alright, you're going to want to go to General Controller Settings that you find here in the Controller tab of your settings. And once you've clicked on that, you'll have a window that looks like this. Now, this should work for PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch Pro controllers. You just want to click on your detected controller, and you want to go to Define Layout. And whatever your run button is, whether it be A or X, mine's X, so I'll just give you the example of X, is button 2. You want to keep that in mind. Now you want to scroll down and go to your right stick X, and you want to press button 2, the X button. Then you're going to click on right stick Y, X button. Your right stick X is going to go blank. And then you're going to reassign the X button to the X button, which then leaves both of your right stick inputs blank. This is your first step. I've already configured mine, so I don't need to save, but I'm going to save. It's going to ask if you would like to share this controller definition. Just don't. It doesn't matter. No thanks, Steam. And yes, I am doing this at 3 in the morning. Which should fully give you an understanding of how effective this tutorial is going to be for you. Because it's 3 in the morning, I've done 7 hours of runs, and I can still perform the action of stair skating in this new fantastic way without feeling pain in my right hand. It's beautiful. Alright, that's step 2, reconfigure in Steam. Step 3, it's time to download JoyToKey. Right here. Here's your link. It'll be in the description, alright? joytokey.net/en/download. We want to scroll all the way to the bottom, and download the old stable version. You can download these versions and try this out, but just download this one for now. It's gonna work. Alright? So download that, unzip it somewhere, keep it safe, and now you're ready to actually get on to step 4, where you really get into the nitty-gritty of Joy to Key. So you want to open up Joy to Key. I'll try to make this nice and big for you. And I'll also get out my input display here. So, as you can see, there are profiles. So you want to make a new profile, and you want to name it whatever you want to name it. You could name it Resident Evil HD, or REHD, or Remake, or whatever. And then you're going to see Joystick 1. This Joystick 1 tab, you're going to want to pay attention to Stick 2. Stick 2 is your right analog stick. There's going to be a left, right, up, down, up, right, up, left, down, left, and down, right input. Now, you don't need to fiddle with the diagonals. These 4 right here, you don't even really need to set, because there is a much easier option that I'm going to show you in the Options tab in just a moment. But first things first, you want to right-click on these 4 inputs right here, and it's going to show Edit this button assignment. You're going to want to click that, and another window is going to pop up, and these 4 options right here, assign them all to left shift by right-clicking and picking left shift. Once you've done all of that, and you have all 4 of these assigned, you can assign the diagonals if you want, but you don't need to. It will have no effect on your stair skating. It will all be the same, because once you have all of these assigned to left shift in all 4 columns, you can go to the Options tab next to Joystick 2, and you can click on this, the Configure Diagonal Input as Separate button. Wonderful. Wonderful option. Now you should be all set with Joy to Key. You can go ahead and make that smaller and throw it down in the corner of your screen. And now I am going to open up the game with my door skip mod, of course. Here's the door skip mod by Fluffy Quack. And once you open it, it'll say waiting for game to start. It's really that easy. You just open it and it waits for you to start your game. And then it works. It just works. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open my game, and I'm going to show you how it all works, and why it is so effective and a fantastic way to alter your Resident Evil Remake door skip speedrunning experience in the best way possible. Gonna go ahead and turn off the Code Veronica, the beautiful Code Veronica save room music. I'm quickly gonna go to options as well and turn my volume down just a tad.
Resident Evil.
All right. Now, as you can see, my input display is on the bottom right of the screen. We'll do Ponytail Jill, just for fun. And I'll just quickly get through this first part of the game, as you normally would in the speedrun. You know, skip all the cutscenes, unequip your handgun, go through the door, talk to Wesker, talk to Barry, have Barry save you from that rude zombie. I'm not going to pick up the shield, because I just want to get to the main hallway. Though you would in a run, of course. And now, Barry's going to ask you to find Wesker. And look how fast we can find Wesker, everyone. Very fast. And that is all thanks to the analog stick having the run button assigned to it. Now, normally, for the longest time, and for pretty much every other category that isn't door skip, You have to mash the X button to go up and down stairs. And if you just listen to me while I mash X, you will hear that I am straining myself to simply go up and down these stairs as fast as I possibly can. And it's hurting the instant that I do it. It is painful. Ugh. Oh my god. Now imagine doing that for 6 hours, resetting over and over again, having to do Mansion 1 constantly. This is why nobody really runs this game. Because it actually physically hurts. Now, obviously I'm exaggerating when I say nobody runs this game, but I mean, let's be honest here. This game is such a it's a fantastic game. It's made very well. It's a good speed run. It's fun to watch. This game has a lot going for it as a speed run. But the reason why activity is so low is because nobody wants to have to go through the pain of mashing the X button like a goddamn lunatic. There's no skill behind this. There's no skill, I'm just spazzing my arm. This isn't a skill, this is not a skill, this is a test of endurance, and it is a roadblock and a hurdle for a community that could be much more active and much larger. Now then, I've got that point out of the way. Let's see how that compares to the analog stick. No strain. You can hear it in my voice. I'm not straining my body. There's no strain at all. I'm just rotating my analog stick and I'm going up and down stairs way faster, way more comfortably. I can do this for 7 hours a fucking day and there won't be a single bit of pain. Obviously, you'll exhaust yourself eventually if you constantly do this over and over again, but I'm not gonna suffer carpal tunnel or have any long-term wrist issues because I just wanted to speedrun Resident Evil Remake. And it sounds like I'm exaggerating that part, but I'm not. I'm not exaggerating. This game is a surefire way to give you some serious problems with your hands. It's ridiculous. When I read that forum post from 4 years ago, and I see people thinking that remapping the run button to the analog stick is such a sin. Oh, you have to keep this game vanilla. Oh, it's like turning on a turbo or a macro, except the difference between a turbo and a macro is that you're pressing one button in a turbo, and you know what that does? That makes Jill glide up the stairs with no human error with a single press of a button. So, you can't even compare that to this, where there is absolutely human error in performing the stair skate. You still have to perform it. It is simply faster and not physically painful. It is not a macro, it is not a turbo, it is simply remapping a button. So, I do think that there was definitely, a lack of sympathy for the people who found this to be an effective way of stair skating. I think there was a lack of thought for the moderators of the game from years ago who no longer mod for the game, probably for good reason. Not trying to call anyone out, but it's the truth. It's the year 2020, we're speedrunning a category that has a mod installed to skip doors. I don't see why remapping a controller would be such a big issue when it really just presents more accessibility, faster stair skating, and it attracts attention. I've had dozens of people ask me, please make a tutorial so that I know how to do this, so that I can actually run this game. I've had old runners asking me, please help me set this up. I'm sick of going through this stair skating with the mashing of the X button. It's too painful. Look at it. I'm straining myself. I can barely even speak. It's ridiculous. I think that this is going to not only have a positive effect on current runners, but will also attract newer runners to running this game. It'll further optimize the PC door skip categories, and you also don't have to go through pain just to do so. There are multiple people who've already picked this up and are improving their times and improving the general enjoyment of their time running the game just because of this. Obviously, the tutorial part of this video was done a little while ago, and I'm just simply kind of stating why I'm making this video and why everyone should actually do this. So sorry for the rant, but it's just genuinely how I feel. I have no ill will against anybody. I'm not trying to make anyone feel stupid or call out people. I'm not trying to tell you your opinion's bad if you have the opinion of, oh, this shouldn't be a thing, but really just, I hope you listen to my thoughts on all of this. I hope that you find it within yourself to understand that speedrunning Resident Evil games shouldn't just be about running the game vanilla all the time. It's speedrunning. If you can change something to improve the accessibility and enjoyment of running a game, you should do it. And that's what I'm doing right now. So, all you new runners, welcome. All you old runners, welcome back. Enjoy running PC door skip Resident Evil Remake with your newly remapped controller. And I hope this video helped you out. If not, please contact me. If something goes wrong or if a controller doesn't work with this setup, let me know, and I'll try to find some sort of workaround for you. That's gonna be it for me. Take care, have fun, be safe,